Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to the 5th episode of my 1 vs 2 times 3 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing against 3 separate teams of 2 Emperor AI per team, and I'm playing as the Draconian Necromancer, Crogar the Corrupt. In our last episode, we had some really good things happen. So first off, we actually managed to take control of this Archon Revenant dwelling here, and we're in the process of absorbing it into our empire. But almost more importantly, we now are the proud owner of a couple of Archon Titan units here. So Archon Revenant Titan 1, 2, and 3. So we now have 3 Tier 4 Archon Revenant Titans, which is extremely good. We also managed to get control of a couple of Archon Revenant casters here, which are going to help us maintain this stack. We actually also grabbed this Draconian Flyer last turn, and things are going really well. We also became the Prime Evil, and we got these units here as some extra bonus for that as well. We also, and this is another good development, we actually managed to take out Wazul the Jagged. So in the episode prior to that, in episode 3, Wazul had actually popped up from the underground here, waltzed over through this wetland, and actually taken this city from me. But in episode 4, I was able to basically take it back from him, knock out both of his stacks, including Wazul himself, and he essentially had no units left, so he actually surrendered. And we now own his city underground, along with Wazul himself. So that was a pretty surprising development, but hey, I'll take it. We took advantage of some questionable decision-making by the AI, that's for sure. But I'd also like to think that, I made some good decisions there too, hopefully. So, in any case, though, that was a really good development. But before I get into this episode and get into the combat and everything else, I did want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to a few individuals who made some excellent comments. So the first one I'm going to shout out is Lance Fair. So Lance actually commented on a few of the videos from my previous Frostling Necromancer playthrough, and he made a lot of really excellent suggestions kind of generally for the Necromancer, and they're obviously relevant as I'm playing as Crogar here, the Draconian Necromancer. So I just want to read out a couple of the things that he mentioned, and we can kind of get that discussion going. So the first thing he had suggested is that the way I've been playing Necromancer is I typically don't worry about producing the racial units. I try to just acquire them via raiding tombs and using Greater Reanimate Undead, which is exactly what I did here to acquire the Revenant Titan as well as the caster here. But something that Lance had suggested is that even with my current playstyle, in the late game, it might still be worth producing some Deathbringers and Reanimators, especially once I start having cities that have some of the structures that can really benefit those units. Like, for example, here, if I clear out this dungeon, that'll allow me to build a structure where my melee units in this city that are produced end up with killing momentum. So you can imagine that if I'm producing Deathbringers in my capital city here, and they have the benefit of this structure giving them killing momentum, and then I also cast something like Embrace Darkness, which gives them extra lifesteal, they will be extremely powerful. So in any case, that's a really good suggestion and something I kind of hadn't really considered for the most part in my playstyle, so that's something that I think I might try to incorporate as I go forward into the later game. Another comment he made is, again, kind of in response to me not really being a huge fan of Dread Reapers. Lance actually made a really strong case for them being a good unit, and I'm kind of inclined to agree with him after hearing his argument. So he mentioned that Dread Reapers have Flying, Invoke Death, Incorporeal, Greater Lifesteal, and then they do 8 damage on 3 different types of damage. So they have 3 different ways of doing damage, like different elements or whatever. And that actually is really incredible. And then on top of that, as they level up, they get Necromantic Aura and Exploit Despair among, just the standard stat upgrades. So I think they actually are a pretty decent unit. It's just I have to kind of get it in my head that just because I can't revive them doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad. Again, kind of a personal preference thing, but I really want to thank Lance for pointing out the strengths of the Dread Reaper. A few other things that Lance had mentioned. He had suggested that I should be more selective when I'm acquiring units. So, again, when I'm using Ghoul Curse, and we now have Ghoul Curse here with Cirrus, We'll just take a quick peek. So inflict ghoul curse. Every melee attack has a chance to inflict a curse that if I win the battle and that unit dies, it'll come back as a ghoul on my team. And that's exactly what we did to get this flyer. So Lance is suggesting that when I'm acquiring units, I don't need to take every unit I acquire, which I agree. And I've actually done that in some of my other playthrough where I would get a unit I wasn't that excited about or I didn't really need, and I would just dismiss them. So that's going to help reduce gold cost. But he also suggested not leaving any unit pretty much better than about a tier 2 unit on a city as a guard unless I really, really have to, sending them out with stacks to get them out fighting and kind of earning their keep, so to speak. And that's great advice. He had also mentioned to use more of my tier 1 and tier 2 units as scouts. And he rightly pointed out that in my first playthrough as the Frostling Necromancer, I really did a very poor job of scouting. And you can already see that in this playthrough, I've done a little bit better job. I'm not going to say I've done a good job so far, but I've done a decent job. And I used that lost soul that I had to kind of scout all through here. I actually found this city and applied my undead plague here, which is still in effect. And I've also kind of figured out, oh, it might be worth sending a hero down here. We've got a tomb, we've got some cities, we've got lots of good stuff down here. So the other thing that Lance had pointed out is that not only is scouting good for undead plague and for planning kind of where your heroes might want to go, but it's also useful for determining where spawners are so that you can protect your cities better and you don't have to leave as many units as guards. So again, wonderful, wonderful comments from Lance. A really big thank you to him for all the great advice. And then, of course, another big shout out to Casper Eklund. Casper had mentioned that I had acquired that Warlord hero, and that although Warlords may not be the best necessarily hero for a Necromancer, he still is going to bring tremendous benefit because he's going to be able to upgrade just the general functioning of the units in his stack through extra defense, extra damage, and then also eventually getting Blood Brothers so that all the units are immune to mind control, but also to spirit damage. And I fully agree. I'm very happy to have a Warlord hero. And then the other thing he had mentioned is that in the last episode with Cirrus here, I had actually acquired, we'll just go into the spells, I had acquired Raise Dead. And Casper pointed something out that kind of made me think, so this spell only works on the corpses of units that are of the main races in the game. Now, the reality, though, is that a lot of the high-level structures I'm going to be raiding are going to have monsters and animals and undead and things that aren't any of the main races, and therefore that spell may not actually be as useful as I kind of was saying it might be. So, again, good point there, and it kind of made me rethink my choice. So, again, I want to just give a big thank you to everybody that leaves comments and suggestions. Once again, I'm always appreciative of them, and I think they help me and hopefully others in the community learn and get better at the game. So again, a big thank you to those guys. All right, so enough of my spiel. Let's get into the action here. So we've still got a few things to do in this turn here. So we'll head over and worry about our production. So we now have to remember that we've now got a negative gold income because we've got so many high tier units. I'm not complaining about that by any means. I'm just saying I have to kind of keep that in mind now. Our mana income is dramatically better than it was, although, still not perfect. I think we'll just do a Harvester's Guild there. Back here, we've got the laboratory being produced, and then in our throne, we now have to decide what to do. So our throne is actually going to expand and get another gold mine, which is going to be great and help with that income. So next turn, it'll expand. And you know what? We've got another gold mine down there eventually to get, and this ancient ruin as well. And then eventually, I would like to clear out this dungeon at some point. So why don't we do an observatory? Actually, Cathedral of Bones. That would be kind of nice to have that increased rate of growth of the city with that extra population income. So maybe we'll do that while we have some of that extra gold. You know what? We could even. Well, I don't want to waste my gold, so I'm not going to rush it. As tempted as I am. Let's start summoning a Lost Soul. I'm going to really try and take Lance's advice there and start doing a better job of scouting. And you know what? I could even send this guy out to maybe do a bit of that. So why don't we... we never really went up north, so why don't we head back this way? We'll go... Ooh, and look at this. We've got a unit here, so that's probably going to kill this unit, but that's good. I know it's there now. So I got to make sure I protect my newly acquired city here. Don't want to leave it hanging. That's for sure. So we'll send this nightmare back. That's going to have to protect the city. And then we can send this stack down and deal with the Haunted Boneyard. So, okay, let's end our turn there. And while this turn is flipping over, so a couple things I want to think about. So first of all, since Dwemis' partner here is dead, so Wazul is now dead, you know, this might be a good opportunity for me to try and press my advantage on Dwemis, because obviously he's now a team of one rather than having a buddy to help him out. I also have an idea of where he is most likely, because chances are he spawned, you know, either just north of Wazul or just south or just off to the side here. So he's probably in the immediate vicinity of this city somewhere. It's just a matter of finding him. Now, I do know that this city was actually taken by Rolar, the warden here. So I know that Rolar's probably somewhere in this area down here. Oh yeah, and I remember when I was scouting here, this city too. This might even be his throne right here somewhere. So we can try and get down there at some point. Again, I want to start, you know, pressing my advantage now that I've got these insanely powerful tier 4 units in my stacks. And again, you know, it's only turn 21, so I have a suspicion that I have these units now well before anybody else does, which means that I'm going to have a tremendous advantage in combat if I can kind of leverage that and get these boys onto the front line, basically. So I'm going to really try my best to do that. Okay, and that unit's kind of, that little unit of animals there has kind of disappeared, so I think we're actually going to avoid grabbing that just in case we ever need it with another unit. So we'll just explore up here with our flyer. Okay, so he's gone up north. Oh, and it looks like there's a city, probably Frostling, judging by the terrain. So we've got another city up north. And I really want to guard this up. I don't want this city falling into enemy hands, because that's going to be a really good source of units going forward here. Alright, so let's clear out this boneyard and see if we can acquire a dragon. That would be phenomenal for us. We're going to give this a try. It's telling us closely matched, but I'm going to press X to doubt on that one. I think we've got a pretty clear edge here in this battle. Of course, I still have to play my cards right, of course, but... Alright, so the most important thing here is that I'm going to have to kill this bone dragon before I kill any other unit. Or, I shouldn't say that. Before all the other units are dead. The bone dragon can't be the last unit left alive. So, we're probably going to lose our raptor here as he's pretty beat up. But what we can do is we can drop a heal to try and give him a little bit extra health. So, I'm going to run in my Titan, do some damage there. And bring in my Flamer here and see if I can... Flamer may go down as well, but again, I'm able to revive, so I'm not too concerned. As long as both units don't die. And you know what? We're actually going to do a heal here as well. There we go. And then with our Raptor, we can come in and do some big damage to the Lost Soul. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Alright, so they're going to go for my... Not a real surprise there. Okay. Well, you know what? That's actually not so bad, because now we can basically come in and obliterate this bone dragon. So let's see. We probably won't get the kill with the Titan in one hit. So now the question is, I guess I come in here with the Raptor, deliver a strike, and then get the finish with our Titan. Like that. And now I don't want my caster getting killed, so we're going to throw him in defense mode. And then I suppose I could try and maybe make an undead friend here. Maybe not the worst plan in the whole wide world. Those souls will come back, but not just yet, so I don't have to worry. Now I could come in and try and revive or grab the bone dragon. Maybe I'll grab the bone dragon while I can. There we go, and we'll throw him in defense mode. Now I'm just hoping that my hero doesn't get ganged up on here by all these flying units. Yep, that's kind of what I was afraid of. Oh, and we got lucky there. They could have killed him, potentially. So, we dodged a bit of a bullet there on that one, that's for sure. Alright, so now we've got to get all these units off my hero. Really don't want Crogar going down, obviously. That would not be very good. So we're going to come in and kill that. And then we're going to move down here. Take care of the carrion bird a little bit. Now, I want to make sure I revive. So we're going to move over here. We're going to revive our Draconian Flamer. There we go. So now we've just got the carrion bird left, as well as this carrion bird. So now we're going to deliver a kill there. Can throw firebomb. And I think we've already used all our heals. Yep. Okay, so we're going to just deliver our firebomb finale here. Perfect. So, a little dicey, but we got it done. And we were able to acquire a new bone dragon. And dirty blowpipe, I'm going to sell it, just get that extra gold. So that's something I'm going to have to do in the interim before I get, more gold production coming in, is as I'm clearing these structures, I'm going to have to be making sure that I'm selling off a lot of the things I don't need as a way to generate additional income. So that's what I'm going to kind of do. And it looks like Crogar's leveled up, which is excellent. So he is now at level 8. And there's a few of these abilities that I think I might actually be worth grabbing for Crogar, because next turn I'm going to be grabbing, next level up with him I'm going to get Inflict Ghoul Curse. But some of these abilities can actually improve your odds. So things like Despair or Enabling Fever, because they're decreasing morale, it can actually make it a little bit easier for you to land a Ghoul Curse. So, you know what? Let's do Enabling Fever. And then we'll save the rest of the points. So we'll do that. And yeah, we're just going to keep moving down this way. So next turn with Crogar, we're going to go down here and clear out this watchtower, get a bit more vision, and keep moving that way. So now with Cirrus over here, we're going to clear out this gold mine. Oh, and there's a tomb down there. Perfect. We're going to go raid that, obviously. We're going to grab the evil points and the extra experience, because why not? When given the choice, I tend to like doing the battles just to get that extra experience, and I find myself more often than not playing evil even when I'm not a necromancer, so I guess it just kind of suits my playstyle a little better. Maybe one of my upcoming playthroughs I'll have to try a good playthrough where I play as good. Or even I could do a Greyguard one where I'm trying to be balanced, maybe. That might be kind of fun. Okay, anyway, let's get back into this. I don't want to get too cocky or anything here. So let's go deal with the spiders. These guys with their webs can be extremely, extremely annoying. I think we're going to just leave our flyer here to deal with what's coming in that way. And we're going to move our caster in this way. We'll drop a heal on our charger. And for Cirrus here, let's see now. Is he at risk of any hits? I don't think so. No, nobody can really get to him, so let's just do a bit of damage here to these dread spiders and get the kill. Perfect. Okay, there we go. So although these are low-level units, I could, still make a mistake here and end up losing somebody, and I don't want to do that, so we're just going to play it relatively safe. We'll come in and give a heal to our flyer here, do a flank kill there, and we'll blast the heck out of these wards, get the kill there, and we will obliterate and obliterate with those titans. Boy, it's nice having those titans. They are just going to be like a wrecking crew in front of this stack here, so really, really happy about that. So now I could go down and clear out this mana node and then move down here. I'm almost tempted to just skip the mana node and go straight for the tomb. Do we have... Yeah, because we don't really have enough movement to divert over there. So maybe I'll do the mana node with Crogar over here. I think we're going to head straight for the tomb. And there's gold there as well. That's nice. We do want some extra mana, though, so it will be worth raiding this. All right, let's check the tomb out. Ooh, and we've got a Dread Reaper. So Unfortunately, I'm not able to grab these Dread Reapers on my team because, as I stated previously, I think in the last episode, they have both Mind Control Immunity and Void Implosion. So this is going to prevent Control Undead, and this is going to prevent Greater Reanimate Undead because they don't leave a corpse behind. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to do this battle. You know, I got to make sure I don't lose anybody, but we're going to do this battle, and I'm going to try to grab that Reanimator. So there's that Reanimator. That's actually really nice that it's moving up. It's going to make it easier for me to kill it and then hopefully revive it. So this human Reanimator I'm going to try and get on my team. So I think what we'll do here, first things first, let's drop a heal on our Titan. Don't want a Titan going into battle wounded. So we're going to send in this Titan here. And we're going to send this guy in against the Dread Reaper. 1v1 there. We'll send our Charger in as a bit of a protection squad, along with our Flyer here. And we're actually going to retreat back with Cirrus, because I don't want Cirrus getting into any real danger. I want him kind of as far away from things until we get this a little bit more sorted out. Just in case any of these, flying units decide to get funny with their maneuvers there, as you saw them kind of do. So we'll jump up here and we'll try and get the kill with our... There we go, perfect. And we can... Oh, wow, that Dread Reaper's going to do some big damage there, so we'll actually maybe do this. Just turn him around and then bash the heck out of him with this Titan. And then, you know what, we could... When he's out of range there... Yeah, we can try for the kill. Not quite. But we can get the finish here. Oof. A little bit of damage, but nothing too painful. So there we go. That's our biggest danger out of the way. Now, there's going to be a revive there on those wargs. But at this point now, it's just a matter of making sure I don't kill these units in the wrong order, basically. So I think what we'll do here is we'll kill the Reanimator. Perfect. We'll move our hero in and make a new friend. Perfect. And then we're going to bring our Flyer in and finish off the Lost Soul. And now we've just got this infantry basically to deal with. So we will blast them. And defense mode there. And we'll stand on the Lost Soul there. Well, they chose a painful death at the hands of our Titans, so... Alright, so just like that, now we have another unit to help maintain a stack. Ooh, wow, look at it. Holy cow. Obsidian Armor of the Black Knight, Mythical Torso Gear. So you get 60% protection from Spirit, Blight, Shock, and Fire, plus 3 defense, and Frost as well. Holy, we will absolutely take that. That is incredible, incredible armor. My goodness. So yeah, look at that. Cirrus is now very, very protected from a lot of these different elements, as well as having more defense thanks to that armor. So that is great. And we got a little bit of extra mana and a little bit of gold as well. So definitely not going to complain about that. That is excellent. And look, with all that extra research, we finished Healers of the Dead. And that's, once again, that is thanks to Whispers of the Fallen. I can't say enough how much I really, really love this ability, or this spell, I should say. I really think it's one of the kind of most unsung tools in the Necromancer's arsenal, because once you start using Ghoul Curse and Greater Reanimate Undead to get these big boy units like I do early game, you can do these high stakes battles with, you know, doing the harder dungeons, fighting these harder battles and getting a ton of research and finishing all this high level stuff very, very quickly. So again, you know, this is a tier 1 spell you can start the game with or get very early. I would highly encourage, if you're playing a Necromancer, get your hands on this as soon as you can and cast it and leave it running the rest of the game. You know, your research income is going to be drastically improved with that running. Okay, so now we've got some choices here. So we could start doing Harbingers of Death, which gives our heroes and my leader, turns them into Arc Liches, meaning that they now become undead so they can heal themselves finally. They'll get Night Vision and Lich Aura. So Lich Aura bestows +1 defense, +1 resistance, and 20% spirit protection to all units in the stack, as well as turning any living unit into an undead, as long as they're in my stack. So this is a pretty nice thing to have, but I think prior to this, I actually wouldn't mind getting Embrace Darkness, and the reason for that is because, you know, in the near future here, I'm going to be producing units at that dwelling. So I think... Oh, you know, Hasty Plunder. This one might be nice, actually, now that I think about it. You know, if we're taking over any cities, and that might help my gold situation. So maybe we'll do Hasty Plunder. We can pair Hasty Plunder with Animate Ruins, and then we can get the city back in our control. So this might be a great way to... You know what? Let's do Hasty Plunder. We'll get a little bit more income from gold if we start doing any cities with that. So I think that's what we'll do. We're also going to need more casting points here in the near future. Casper Eklund had also mentioned the benefit of Stables of Unlife in this city since I converted this Corrupted Spring. So Stables of Unlife here, if I build this, produced undead mounted units have inflict noxious vulnerability and deal +2 blight damage. So that's pretty good, except I'm probably not going to be really producing many mounted units in this city at this point. So I don't think I'm going to worry too much about that one here. Let's do an Embalmer's Guild, though, in case I do decide to produce any units, because obviously that's going to really improve them. So I think we'll do that. Excuse me. So these units were coming over. I had actually acquired them back over here. And we're actually... Well, this guy I had acquired, and this one was from a stack over there. And I'd wanted them to come over and join up with what I had going on over here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to dock here. And so we've got a pretty decent stack here. I think what we'll do is we'll send this guy here. And I do want to start raiding these structures here, I think, ASAP. So maybe what we'll do... I mean, it would be great to split these guys maybe eventually. You know, I could do something like where I could have the Warlord leading the living units for now. So like the Toadstool Fairy, and everybody else can go with the Necromancer or something. But I think what we'll do here is we'll have this stack kind of ready to go. We'll have them wait one more turn because obviously they're not quite... I don't think they're going to be quite ready to maybe take this on just yet. So we'll say we can send this guy in to help even. All right, so that unit's going to be ready to go. We did our exploring up there, so I think that's going to about do it for our turn. Let's just take a quick peek here. So again, there's some cities I do want to eventually get my hands on. One up north, one over here. You know, that would really help my gold income as well. You can see there how we're hemorrhaging gold pretty quick every turn. So I'm gonna have to keep my my gold income up by continuing to fight. So by raiding structures, getting rewards and selling them, or just getting the gold rewards from clearing out these structures. So with this stack here, I'm going to move in and clear this out, grab that gold, and then maybe also try and get that farm cleared out. With this guy here, with Crogar himself, I'm going to move down and clear out this watchtower, and then I'll get a better view of kind of what's going on. I noticed, I think, some haste berries there, so maybe I can do this, and then maybe grab these for some extra casting points, and also these mana nodes here for some extra mana income. Because when you raid them, you tend to get some mana as a reward, typically. And back over here, now I kind of have a decision to make here with these stacks, because I could send my unit kind of down this way and go clear out all these structures. But I could also head underground and start kind of trying to meet up with my city down here. And I also have these two cities that I know are basically ready to be claimed because they're independent at the moment. This one looks like it only has a siege ram protecting it, so you know, that might actually be a better choice. I have to think about that one. Oh, okay, so our scout is finally getting attacked, so I don't think we're going to be able to win that one, so we'll just let him get killed. But he did his job. We know there's a city up there. We got better at governing goblins. All goblin untouchables gain projectile resistance and spirit. Goblin outposts and villages generate an additional +5 population for every wetland hex in their domain. I think we'll do that one. Race governance. So we've either got regrowth for our crushers and chargers, or magma forges in the domains of draconian cities generate more production. I think we'll do the production just simply because I'm really not using chargers and crushers that much, and we do have at least one here, which, you know, a little bit more production. Why not? Again, just purely because I'm really not using that many. I've got one in play right now, and I don't plan to build any more. I've just got this guy, and I don't think it's worth, you know, that upgrade. I think getting a little more production is probably more useful. But again, I mean, that's, you know, not a massive upgrade either way. So, I mean, it would be if I was using a lot of chargers and crushers, I guess. All right, so let's move down here. And, yeah, we're going to be out of movement pretty quick here. So, let's take our raptor. We'll clear this out. Let's get a little better view of what's going on here. So we've got a lot of orcs here in this little group here. We've got some orc headhunters, melee unit, and then we've also got a razor bow. So they're lined up quite nicely for a breath attack here. So we'll blast them pretty good. Probably get almost the kill here, not quite, but quite a bit of damage. And then we can move our flamer in. One more. And do some big damage there. Send our raptor in. Actually, you know what? Our raptor could use some more health, so send Crogar over here, do some healing, charge into these razor bows, deal with them. As for our titan, we'll just move him in and do a big devastating crunch there. Just so devastating. And let's see, who needs the health? Our flamers do. So let's heal them. And you know what? We'll bring Crogar in and just get the kill that way. There we go. Okay. So that's taken. We can also grab this, and now the only issue is that this thing's going to have some kind of calamity befall the land. Oh, actually, no, it's not. It's not the box one. So that's great. We'll just grab this and get the extra casting points. That's excellent. If you see the one that it looks kind of like, I think they call it like Pandora's box or something, it gives you casting points, but a calamity befalls the land. In my last playthrough series, that ended up summoning a really strong hero. It was a Theocrat hero, and he ended up wrecking a bunch of my cities and causing me all kinds of headaches. So that ended up kind of being a bit of a pain. Although I did get some extra casting points, which was nice. You know what? I think what we'll actually do here is we want to grab... There we go. Let's get all three. So we killed off the wisps, which is great. Pesky wisps. And there's another dead wisp. And then this is a good opportunity to do some healing, actually. So, you know what? Let's just do a quick self-heal. And can we get the kill here? Possibly. We could do that one. Can we get the kill with our hero? What if we move up? Minimum of 6 per hit. So yeah, we probably will. We've done our heal. Yeah, let's just get the kill with Crogar. There we go. But anyway, yeah, so sometimes you have to be careful. This one is fortunately just pure casting points, which is great. So it's going to make it so, yeah, we can actually do our Lost Soul summon here right now. So now the question is, where do I want to scout? So maybe might actually be worth just summoning him right here. I can grab this gold. Oh, so we got a city down here. That's good to know. And then you know what? It would be kind of nice. I can head into the Shadow Realm with him and go see what's going on. So yeah, I'll just use this guy as an advanced scout. So let's see. We've got a few other spells here we can cast. So when's this city going to grow? 8 turns, so it's going to be a little while till we need to convert that farm. When's this city going to grow? 2 turns, so that farm we're going to have to convert fairly soon here. So next turn I can cast that and start producing that one. Yeah, and this guy, there's nothing in the immediate area that needs to be converted. Yeah, so in this city, same thing. Now, it's a real shame. I have a mod installed that if you have structures like this that allow you to produce these additional upgrades, if they're in the domain of a dwelling, you can actually build them in the dwelling. So it would be awesome if I had like this tomb and this Hall of the Forefathers and this Florrock Quarry all within this dwelling. It would make it just so much more powerful. I mean, as it is, it's going to be awesome. But yeah, I'm a little bit bummed that I don't have that extra little bit there. So maybe we'll save the casting points here for next turn. Oh, we got some roving units here to deal with as well. So we'll deal with them at some point. Okay, now this stack does have movement here, so we're gonna decide what to do with them. I'm almost tempted to have this charger maybe go join. Actually, you know what? Maybe the flyer, because we don't really have that many strong units. So you know what? We're gonna send the flyer over this way. I think that's gonna be the game plan there. So yeah, we're gonna send the flyer over to join this stack. And then we'll have the reanimator join up here. I think that's going to be the plan. We're going to clear this out first, though, and not use up the movement. So let's do this battle. Try and recruit the knight, maybe. Again, I have to be careful, because I don't want to expand my army too much and then have it be, oh, I don't have enough funds to pay for it. Because I'm obviously already running a pretty massive deficit. And then this could also be where I'm going to have to take a peek again when I'm back in the map, but it might be an opportunity for me to maybe start thinking about making a settler and using that to my advantage to maybe make a city that could give me a bit more gold income. So come in there and just bash the heck out of them. Oof. Boy, that is just so devastating. Oh, and you know what? I didn't even think of it. I didn't even see it. In my head, I was thinking, geez, you know, that knight has got to be somewhere. And, of course, he's right there. I didn't even acknowledge where he was. Okay, so I do want to try for a ghoul curse here. So we'll come around and do a flank hit here. Let's see. We got it. And then we can get the kill. Perfect. And then we can basically come in behind here, bash the heck out of the Civic Guard. And we get the kill on these guys? Not quite. We can if we double up here, though. There we go. We've already used up our heal, so we'll just do a little lifesteal heal there. There we go. So now we've got a knight. Boy, this is just getting crazy in terms of the units I have here. So there's that knight. I'm going to have to decide what to do with him because obviously I've got these incredibly powerful units now. So we're going to come probably take this city. But let's go down here and we'll raid this structure. We'll bring this guy along for the ride. And we'll initiate this battle. Clear out this farm. You know, it might not be the worst idea ever to get a hold of this Bard, which is a support unit. And so because I have Healers of the Dead, now every support unit I get my hands on is going to be able to heal and maintain a stack of undead. So maybe not the worst plan ever to get a hold of them. And then I could maybe send the Knight and another unit to create basically another stack. Which honestly, I think I'm going to probably do now that I think more about it. There we go. And we'll move up there. So yeah, I think we'll try and get a hold of that Bard. Tried to charm my hero. Would have had to kill her for sure after that. Let's move in here. We might even get the kill. Let's see if we... Okay, perfect. I was hoping we actually wouldn't. Now I'll come in and try for the ghoul curse, basically. I think we're... Yeah, let's just take out these goblins quick. There we go. We did get the Ghoul Curse, so that's excellent. We'll fly in behind. Attack the halflings. Attack the halflings again. You know, I forgot I could have used Throw Curse to make it a little bit easier to potentially Ghoul Curse those guys, but... oh well, worked out. Oh, and our boys died. Well, good thing we can just do this. There we go. Good revive there, and I think we've used up most of our heals. And let's see, does anybody need some experience? Who's close? He's already leveled up, so we'll go grab it with him. There we go. Alright, so I know again, I keep saying I got to watch my gold spending, and I'm grabbing all these extra units, but now we've got a unit here that has Heal Undead and also Charm, so that's kind of a nice way to try and grab more units. So, unfortunately, Bard Skills isn't going to affect my Undead units. That's kind of a shame. But Heal Undead is now going to work really well for me there. So I can use this unit to maintain a stack. So I can have this Knight, and maybe I can grab just a couple more units and have another separate stack there to kind of do whatever I need to do with. So quite happy about that. Okay, so it's a little halfling city. So we'll move in next turn and just obliterate that city and take it over. Yeah, that's going to be the plan, I think. So now let's just kind of do some quick production. Let's do a builder's hall. Let's kind of work on our production a little bit with that city. Alright, so now we can maybe do this battle. So what are we fighting here? We're fighting these two Eagle Riders are really going to give me some trouble, I think. Not really looking forward to this particular battle. But I think I want to do it because I want to clear this out for if the city's going to grow. So let's initiate the battle. And I think I'm going to have to... again, I'm going to have to be really careful here because I don't want to do anything... don't want to lose any of my good units. So I think what we're going to do is first things first here with Crogar. Or sorry, with Bahir, I should say. We're going to use Stiffen Limb on... Can that... Brew Brother... I'm not sure. I don't think that Cure Disease works on Stiffen Limb, but I guess we'll find out. I don't think it does. So cast that on that guy. Oh, right, and we've got Draconian Ancestry. So, or Dragon Ancestry, I should say. That might be really good to put on my Raptors just to give them extra damage. I think I'm going to do that here. So we'll move over here. Put that on. That's going to make them quite powerful. And bring our Undead over to reinforce here a bit. And then next turn I'm going to cast Stiffen Limb again. Oof. Yeah, I maybe shouldn't have grouped up knowing that was potentially coming. I think I'm going to cast Stiffen Limb on on this guy next here. So kind of retreat back here a bit. And we're going to use Stiffen Limb this time on this guy. There we go. Now we can start lighting up these Brew Brothers. It'd be nice to get rid of them just because they can heal. And they do actually quite a bit of damage with their little cleavers. So it's good getting them out of the way. And so now I think I'm gonna charge right in at this Eagle Rider. And again, if he goes down, I can revive him, so I can be a little bit more aggressive. Oh, and I can't quite get the kill, can I? I can try for... I wonder if I come in a bit closer here. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Unfortunately, my Warlord hero is in a bit of a bad spot here. Hopefully he doesn't get... Okay, there we go. Did his job and tanked those hits. And then... Oh, and you know what? I might not be... Oh, no, I'll be able to come close enough. That's alright. And... So now let's go wail on these Jesters here. There we go. They're dead. And now we want to hit this Eagle Rider with everything we got. There's much damage as possible. There we go. And we're going to move in. Oh, and you know what? This is going to actually really... I may still end up losing this raptor if I bring him back just yet. So maybe... Let's see, how much damage can he do to me? That's not going to be able to kill. That's not going to kill. Okay, he can't... he can maybe kill the hatchlings, but I mean, if I lose them, big whoop. But I don't want to lose my raptor again. So I think what we'll do is we'll just hope we don't get... Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're good. Perfect. So now, next turn we can revive our raptor. Yeah, and that's what I was expecting. And they didn't even kill them, so that's perfect. There we go. Okay, that was a smarter move. And we can still get the heal on our hatchlings, because why not? Some devastating damage there. Perfect. So we cleared that out, and I don't think we lost anybody. Perfect. Oh, and we've got some upgrades here. Movement point and blight protection. We don't really need that since we're undead. We're kind of resistant to that as is. So I'm going to just sell that for some extra gold. Keep that cushion rather than having to worry. So we'll grab this. And, you know, I'm tempted to raid this lost library. This might be a bit above our pay grade with these two tier 3 blight elementals. I foresee them being a bit of a problem for me. Although our toadstool fairy might be able to do some pretty hefty damage. Let's go take a peek and see what's in here. So the evangelist is probably going to try and convert us. I might be able to use control undead here on this reanimator. But I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to abort the attack. I'm going to wait one turn and let a little bit more healing happen for my units here before I jump into that battle. And I don't want to get over zealous here and press too hard. Yeah, we'll leave those units the way they are. All right, so now I want to remember my city growth here. So 2 turns. And this one was 8 turns. So next turn I'm going to start doing a Corrupt the Source, I think, to have that ready to go. Yeah, that's going to be the game plan there. All right, so I think that's going to do it for our turn. So let's end our turn there. Yeah, I'm really glad I got this flyer because I can send him back across quite easily due to, obviously, the fact that he can fly. So he can go join up with this stack here and give them some much-needed Tier 3 support. And then I might even be able to split the stack here and have Nabal the White here, my Warlord, lead his own stack, and have Bahir lead another stack. So I think this city we're still absorbing. Yeah, so it's going to join us here shortly, which is good for us because, again, more income. Although I noticed there's no gold mines in this city. It's just mana nodes. So that's kind of interesting. Really not a very fortunate city in terms of things in the domain here. We've just got a little extra production and mana. So I'm actually much happier with what I ended up with. Even though I didn't start with any mana nodes. I mean, I got gold, population, and production. I mean, I can't really complain. Not to mention here, I'm eventually going to have some extra research coming in from this. That dungeon potentially as well. And this city's got good stuff as well. You can see here all the gold mines and farms. Corrupted Spring, obviously. So, let's see here. So yeah, once again, when this turn flips over, I'm sending this. Cirrus' stack is going to move in and take the city. Well, getting attacked there. That's going to save us a trip, so that's good. I'm not going to complain about that. Alright, you know, this is going to give us a little opportunity here to just get some more experience. And we can also get a bit of a heal going here. We'll drop the heal there. And our Bone Dragon might actually even benefit from a little heal action. There we go. There we go. Now that Wisp can phase, of course. Let's see if he does any... No, didn't do anything too crazy there. Wisp is obliterated. Now for the fire elementals, for they must die as well. Do little bits of damage there, and then let's see, can we, come in and just pound them into a, pound them into submission. Perfect. Alright, so now we have Hasty Plunder. And let's see here. So I think now what we'll do is we'll start Corrupt the Source, because again, we know that this city's going to need it next. Oh, I guess not. Oh, so where did Undead Plague get? Oh, you know what? I see what's happened. Undead Plague moved down to this city because it's the nearest. It's the nearest city, technically. Okay, so that slowed the growth rate down a little bit. All right, so I don't need to cast this one just yet. Yeah, we'll abort that. I guess I could have summoned a Lost Soul or something, but oh, not the end of the world. All right, let's do research here. Well, we can already get our Phylactery, but I don't think we need that just yet. So the Phylactery just means that if Crogar gets killed, he basically ends up coming back quicker, and my research and spellcasting isn't on hold while the leader's in the void. So yeah, and he comes back the turn after he's killed, so that's a really nice one. I'm going to do Embrace Darkness, though. I think that one's great. Let's do a Harvester's Guild. Oh, we can already get a Beetle command going down there, but let's do a Harvester's Guild for starters. And you notice now with this extra city and everything, we've got positive gold income, which is fantastic for us. We've also got here this Revenant Dwelling is now part of our domain. Excellent. So you can see here, Hasty Plunder, you get some gold and mana. You can do a standard plunder, which you'd get actually the same, but it's faster. And you could also raise the city and just render it useless. So Hasty Plunder is kind of a nice option. So let's do... So we've got some options here. So we want to do a Sigil of Awakening and an Obelisk of Undeath. That's going to get us to Barrow, which is what we need next. We don't really care about producing any of these units, so let's do a Sigil of Awakening first. And unfortunately, this unit, or this city, has Happiness, so we don't want to rush any production, because we don't want to make them unhappy. It's kind of nice they get these flowers, which kind of weird to think some undead revenants would like flowers, but hey, makes them happy, I guess, so I'm not going to judge. Oh, and look at this. We've got some... This must be for like a quest or something. Somebody's probably doing a quest for these guys. Maybe it's Rolar. Oh yeah, and there's some over here. Alright, well, let's move in and do some slaying here. So we'll take this city. Might be worth grabbing those Brew Brothers just to have another healing unit. And that would be a double whammy because that Brew Brother also has Nourishing Meal. So let's try and curse him if we can. Ooh, resisted it with his little lucky. There we go. Alright, Alright, let's go bash these guys. There we go. Same thing over here. Try for it. Oh, nice. We got a despair on him. Kind of hefty amount of damage there, but we'll drop a heal. And we'll come in here. We got the ghoul curse. Now we can get the kill. Alright, there we go. Got another support unit. We can also just leave him as a base guard, potentially. And you know what, while we're at it, might be worth honestly just going around here. I mean, you can see we've got all these structures over here, so maybe we'll send Cirrus over this way. I noticed there's some production resources here as well. So while we're standing here, let's also clear out these warg units here, because why not? Blast the heck out of the wargs there. A little more there. Just giving them some extra sauce. There we go. Don't want to forget about our charger. So this Brew Brother is nice now. It has Nourishing Meal and Heal Undead, so kind of a double whammy of healing there, which is quite useful. Oh, wanted my Brew Brother dead, I guess. Oh, we'll just have to heal ourselves, won't we? There we go. So let's drop some heals just for the experience, because why not? And yeah, we'll just come and blast them with our big boy there. Perfect. Alright, so now we're just going to group up. And you know what, we might as well clear these guys out while we're at it. So we'll just move over here, deal with this. Again, just want to be thorough and make sure all these units are kind of out of the way. You know what, we could even grab maybe those men-at-arms just to have another base guard. Or try for it anyway. Lucky just kept him safe, that's funny. Alright, now let's try for a... And we'll just take a step forward there. And let's try for a Ghoul Curse. Oh, and he's immune. Well, again, worth a try. We've got the Brew Brother at least. And so now this stack's going to have to just chill. City awaits its fate. So it would be 2 turns to migrate it to Ghoul Draconians or Goblins. I don't think this is this wetland. None of this is, no. Oh, there is some here. So we could just start using Animate Ruins here and do, you know what, let's do that. We'll do Animate Ruins and we will hasty plunder the city. There we go. So we're doing a hasty plunder, which is kind of nice. Going to get us a little bit of income. And then we can just reanimate the city right away as well. And so now we've got the option here to learn something with Cirrus. I think I would like to do Shadow Step just to have him be able to get in and out easier. So we'll do Shadow Step. That's going to pair well with trying to Ghoul Curse units. You can kind of slip in right behind them. I really like that ability. One of my personal favorites. Oh, and you know what? I forgot I was going to go check the Shadow Realm. You know what? We can do it with this little guy. Okay, we do have a spawner here. That's important to remember. Other than that, though, I don't see anything. So we'll move here, and we'll move this knight over as well. So now we've got ourselves a little stack here to do something with. I think... Let's head down this way. Let's kind of see what we see. Okay, and there's some Rolar, so that's, I think, where we're going to head next. We want to start heading down that way to deal with them. So now let's do Crogar's stack here. Could move over here and then grab the haste berries, I think. I think we'd have enough movement. Oh, maybe not. Well, we could certainly... We can go here, so we'll at least be able to clear one of them, and then we can grab the haste berries. So we'll initiate this battle. No mercy. Alright. So we're going to use the dragon here to just blast everybody. There we go. Big kill. And let's kill off this wisp. Perfect. Move in and drop a bomb here on the Phantasm Warrior. Fortunately, I think that Phantasm Warrior is going to live and get to heal a bit here because of the recharging mana currents, which is a little bit annoying, but oh well. Yeah, there we go. Recharging, but again, it doesn't matter. We've got such powerful units. We can literally just blast the heck out of these units. And let's use our flamer here. Do a bit of damage. There we go. And we actually want to bring in our hero, try and get a Ghoul Curse. Oh, and Crogar doesn't have it yet. Whoops. I forgot. You know what? Let's get the hit with, because I don't want... Well, you know what? Let's just get it with Crogar. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of experience for him. I forgot, Crogar isn't at level 9 yet, so he doesn't have Ghoul Curse. So there, we got a little bit extra mana. That's kind of nice. Now we can move back this way. And we can grab the haste berries. Now I notice we've got pretty much all mountain range down here, unfortunately, which is kind of in our way. But I think we'll just head down this way, and we're going to just go straight for Rolar here, because we know where he is now. We've got such powerful units. I mean, he's not going to be able to stand much of a chance against us. So we're just going to push our advantage. I mean, again, I'm assuming. You know, he may actually have some decent units, but I highly doubt that he's going to be able to contend with, you know, three tier 4 or 2 tier 4s in this stack and a couple in my other stack. Not to mention my ability to just Ghoul Curse and keep my army going. I don't think he's going to be able to handle it, so... Alright, we'll get our big boys up front. Tank some of that damage. Now we can just get the kills. No problems here. There we go. Big blast there. Ouch. Trying to phase in and hurt my archers. Oh, no worries, I can just drop a heal. Come around and get a kill. There we go. A little more experience with Crogar. Alright, so now I think, like I said, we're going to just pretty much head down this way. Kind of unfortunate this mountain range is kind of in the way, but yeah, we're going to basically make a beeline for Rolar here. I think that's going to be kind of the general game plan here, just because I know where he is, and I've got such a strong stack of units, I might as well put him to work. Oh, I still got to do production here in my other cities. So gold is now much less of a concern, so I think we'll do an observatory in our throne. You know what, let's rush it. Just get it done. And then in our second city here, let's see. Growth is pretty good. We've got 69 production. Might be nice to get a Master's Guild, but I don't want to spend all that gold on it, so I think we'll just do a temple. Get a little bit more mana going. Now, we do have our stack here with Bahir and also with Nabal. I think what I'm going to do, like I said, is I want to get this flyer over to join them. Could go grab that, but I just want to get him over there ASAP, so we're just going to head straight over. Oh, and I'm noticing these two units. Now, I'm hoping they don't come and kill my flyer. That would be a real shame. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I suppose I could even do this if I'm waiting one more turn for my flyer to get over here and help me. You know what, maybe I'll do that just to try and give him more of a chance if this battle does happen. And we'll just wait one more turn here with this stack. Do that. And yeah, we're just, like I said, we're going to head straight down this way, just clear out as much as we can on the way, level up a bit more, and then go in for the kill, hopefully, on Rolar. We can even use this little beginnings of a stack to help us, potentially. Alright, so I think we're going to call it an episode. But this was a really, really productive episode. We got lots of experience for our main units, leveled up some of our heroes, acquired a new city, which we're in the process of pillaging and then going to reanimate. So all in all, I mean, this game is going very, very well for us. A lot of good development here in this episode. So why don't we save it? So I'm going to save this one as episode 5. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.